Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Authorities say 50-year-old Dwayne Turchin is the man who died from a gunshot Friday night in Castleton. The shooting happened along the 100 block of 3rd Avenue South just after 9:30 on Friday. Sheriff's investigators say they found Turchin with a gunshot wound. He was rushed to a hospital where he later died. 23-year-old William Dittmer Jr. was arrested on charges of murder. Investigators say all evidence points to an isolated incident. The case is being presented to the Cass County State's Attorney's Office for its review before formal charges are filed. Federal agents are investigating the death of a 5-year-old girl at the Spirit Lake Reservation as her dad demands answers. Her 7-year-old brother is also hospitalized at Sanford Hospital in Fargo. The girl was killed last Wednesday. The FBI says it's treating this as a death investigation. At the moment, agents are conducting interviews and following up on leads as they determine a cause of death. Aaron Thompson Jr., their father, says that the kids were under the care of Spirit Lake Social Services.
I don't want this to happen to anybody else, you know. It's the worst feeling ever that anybody can go through.
We reached out to Spirit Lake Social Services for comment. They did not get back to us. Thompson says he hasn't been able to see his son at the hospital. A new school and boundary changes are on the table tomorrow night for Fargo Public School Board members. Due to large enrollment numbers in the South Side, middle, and high schools, a $58.5 million project has been proposed just southeast of Davies High School. Their proposal was defeated last month but may resurface tomorrow. Boundary changes are also up for discussion as a way to relieve pressure from both Discovery and Davies. That meeting is set to start Tuesday at 5:30. We'll continue to keep you updated on this developing story on our VNL News app. West Fargo schools have announced times for graduation ceremonies later this month. The community high school will graduate on May 28th at 5:30 p.m. at the West Fargo High School's football field. West Fargo High will have its ceremony at 1 p.m. on May 31st on the football field. Cheyenne will be at 4 p.m. on the 31st at the Cheyenne football field. The district says physical distancing guidelines will be in effect during all of the ceremonies. The investigation continues into an incident that happened just before noon today. Moorhead police responded to a fight in the 1000 block of 18th Street South. They say during the fight, one person tried to drive away, and when they did, they crashed into several vehicles. One man was hurt, several people were displaced, and a cat is dead following a house fire in South Fargo. It happened around noon in the 1200 block of 1st Avenue South. Firefighters found heavy smoke and flames coming from the first floor window. They were able to put the fire out in just 10 minutes. We're still awaiting word on how badly the man was hurt. However, he did walk out of his house and on his own and was taken to a hospital. A Candu, North Dakota man was arrested on several counts of endangerment of a minor or vulnerable adult. 54-year-old Dana Kauser was arrested after a search warrant was served on his home last Thursday. He's being held on a $20,000 cash bond. Charges now been filed against the man at the center of a manhunt in South Fargo Friday. 24-year-old Hayden Bollinger is charged with 2 counts of terrorizing after allegedly pointing a rifle at a man and his young daughter. Investigators say Bollinger was drinking in his garage when the victim's daughter walked by, and he kept trying to motion the daughter over to his garage. We have an exclusive interview with the victim. To watch it, you can head over to the VNL News app and click on this story. Chilly start to the week, and it sounds like it'll be getting much colder tonight. Let's find out from the storm team what to expect. Hutch is working from home, and he joins us now with a first look. Hutch?
Mike, this spring has been slow to get out of the gates for sure. We've had a couple of instances with spring-like weather, but it has been cold here the last several days. Morning temperatures in the teens in Rolla and in Langdon, Lakes Country, not far from that as well. And tomorrow morning will be another frosty and frigid start to the day. Clear skies for us, very quiet conditions. That's the good news, but it's that quiet, clear, dry air that's cooling off pretty quickly. In Fargo, 8:51 sunset. Once the sun sets, temperatures will go down in a hurry. well below freezing in Fargo. So if you got plants for Mother's Day and they're sitting outside, you want to protect them, a real good idea. We'll spend several hours below freezing. Likewise, Grand Forks, more of the same. I'll have your neighborhood details on how low your temperature goes for tomorrow morning. And then we get to talk about some warmer weather in the extended forecast. Mike, I'm excited to do that here in a few minutes.
Sounds good. We covered our flowers just in case.
Good.
Governor Doug Burgum is urging more North Dakotans to get tested for coronavirus. The governor says the state's response so far has it ahead of neighboring states like Montana, South Dakota, Minnesota, and Wyoming. The governor says the challenge is to increase the current average of about 2,000 testing a day to 4,000.
Testing is the foundation for North Dakota restart and safely reopen the economy, and testing going forward is going to be how we get people back into schools and back into other things that we do.
The state also announced today that North Dakota school buildings can be used for summer programs. Districts must follow guidelines to do so, and the ultimate decision on how they would be used and when they would be used, that would be left up to districts themselves. Another person has died with COVID-19 in North Dakota. Today's report from the health department cites a man in his 90s from Cass County with underlying health conditions. It's the 36th death linked to the virus in the state. 24 of those deaths are from COVID-19, 4 died with the virus, and 8 are still pending death records. Overall, another 27 positive cases were reported in North Dakota, 16 of those in Cass County, bringing the state's total to 1,518. 672 cases are considered active, 34 patients are hospitalized, that's 5 more from the day before. In Minnesota, 13 more people have died from the coronavirus, bringing the state's total to 591. 452 Minnesotans are in the hospital, with 194 in ICU. Overall, another 528 residents tested positive, bringing the state's total to 11,799. 7,536 patients are no longer listed as needing isolation. That's an increase from 654 from Sunday. Health providers in the state began using a new treatment drug over the weekend. The Minnesota Department of Health says they received a small shipment of remdesivir that was distributed Saturday night and Sunday morning to patients with severe cases. The recently FDA-authorized drug was shown to reduce the hospitalization period for residents. Payments with severe lab-confirmed cases of COVID-19 may qualify for the drug, and distribution is based on some combined ethical and medical guidelines from the Department of Health. Patients who qualify will receive a 10-day dose. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum indicated today that the state would be getting some of the drug as well. When it comes to travel, the coronavirus pandemic has grounded it across the world, leaving many stuck in their homes. Travel experts say many people seem anxious to travel and are booking vacations from November to March of 2021.
It really depends on what destination you're going to, what date you're going to. The rates are, there's some really good deals out there, but travel insurance is always a great idea because you don't know what happens once you get there.
Tayo adds that the most popular destinations right now are the Caribbean, Mexico, and Hawaii. Some people in the metro are looking at August for a trip to Vegas. Travelers on Interstate 94 will be dealing with ramp closures on the 20th Street exit in Moorhead. The overnight closures begin tonight at 9 p.m. through Thursday. The ramp will reopen each day at 5 in the morning. Crews will be patching and sealing cracks on that particular ramp. On I-29, drivers will see a one-lane closure of the Cheyenne River near Harwood with reduced speeds. The right lane has been closed in both directions to make repairs to the bridge deck. The lane closures will be in effect for about a week before DOT will switch work to other lanes. Help us get to the finish line, will you? Right now, we are almost 90% of the way to our third goal of $30,000 for our virtual food drive, all to help the Great Plains Food Bank. If you'd like to join in and help us reach our goal, check out valleynewslive.com or the VNL News app and look for this button. Later on Valley News Live at 6, there doesn't seem to be an end to the number of summertime events that are being canceled. Which big name was added to the list today?
This morning, the cover of the book looked pretty good, but boy, it was chilly outside with sub-zero freezing readings across the board. 20 below for an average, 20 degrees below our average temperature in both Grand Forks and in Fargo today. Your forecast continues to be chilly. Details next.